Extra time.
Jones Telegraph makes your life.
Yeah, a lot of people always ask us bowling coaches, what's the plan? Very difficult for us to say because obviously then he'll find out. So we can't really tell you the exact plan. But look, he's a dangerous player. I think how you start him is very important early on. If you allow someone like Chris to get into his innings and to get some rhythm and confidence, he's a very dangerous player because he's so powerful. He just backs his ability when the ball's in his zone to clear the boundary. Last night was one of many examples we've seen, not just in IPL but in his career. So he's a dangerous player, but they've got many other dangerous players that we have to plan well for, like we've done in all the other games. So we'll be keeping an eye on him and planning very well for him, but as well as the other players.
Lead up to the tournament, a lot had been said regarding change of guard in terms of being a captaincy, a new captain, relatively inexperienced at this level. Now this, such a strong start to the tournament. So do you think that in cricket, captaincy is a thing which is overanalyzed, especially in T20 cricket?
Yeah, look, I think it's an important aspect of the game, as we know. But I think Dinesh, as a captain, although maybe at IPL level he hasn't had much experience, but his leadership qualities are really good. He's a highly detailed person. His attention to small things is good, and I think that's what he's brought to the team. And I think he's shown that, even when you watch him bat, I think he brings that, just that composure, and he reads the situation well. And so I think, I think it can be overanalyzed, but there's some great captains out there. I mean, obviously people like MS, it's been well documented, how clever they are and how well they read the game, and I think Dinesh is definitely one of those guys. Yeah, look, obviously, if we just look at probably bar Sunrisers, it's tough for seamers. In IPL on really good wickets, and I think we've in the last couple of games, our seamers have been outstanding. I've been very impressed, especially young Mavi has been outstanding, and I think our seamers will get better and better. It's obviously difficult to replace someone of the caliber of Mitch Stark, but I think the guys we do have got the attributes, and I think you look at even a Curran who came in maybe a little bit short of match practice. He hadn't done much since his tour of Australia, and I think you'll see him improving. Andre Russell as well. Obviously, he's been out for a long time, had an injury leading up, so the more game time they get, the better they'll get, and I hope that we can continue to improve in the seam department. And of course, we've got world-class spinners. And also Nitesh Ron has been, the couple of overs he's bowled in the IPL have been pretty decent, and certainly the Bangalore game he made an impact. So, yeah, the seamers will definitely, I think, continue to improve and play a part.
What seems to have gone out of fashion? There has been a proliferation of wide Yorkers already, but what do you think that conventional Yorkers have gone out of fashion?
Well, I think it's probably two things. I think the effectiveness of variation balls has come into it. Also, players have developed the shots, the ramp and stuff. So when you become predictable, players will use the ramp shot. Even if you've got a fine leg back, they've now, even a reverse ramp they'll do. So it has challenged the bowlers, and I think you've seen that. The different varieties of slow balls is really the flavor of the tournament, and people are starting to develop different varieties of slow balls. It's not just the good old off cutter and out the back of the hand. We're seeing, knuckle balls. We're seeing like Bravo's ball. There's variations of the knuckle ball. So, I think now, players feel that if you bowl one type of delivery too often, like a Yorker, you become predictable. And I think also most players now, batsmen, are such good ball strikers that if you miss a Yorker and it's a half volley or a low full toss, generally it goes to the boundary. So you've got to be really confident that you're going to execute it. And I think that's why the wide Yorkers, it's much harder for, there's not many players who can consistently hit sixes and fours over the offside field. And that's why I think you're seeing a lot more of the wide Yorker being implemented. Well, firstly, I think they enjoy it. I think they get bored by playing long format cricket. A lot of them are playing all the leagues around the world. If you look at guys like Andre and Sunil from our team and others in the tournament, like the Pollards, they're playing PSLs, the CPL, some of them in the BBL, IPL, so they really, the volume of cricket, they're becoming highly specialized in this format of the game. Whereas some of the others are probably playing, across all three formats of the game. So, I think you're getting to the stage now where you've got guys who are actually specialized and then making a career solely out of playing T20 cricket. And I think that's what the Caribbean boys have got. They've got the physical attributes, the power. Obviously the guys like the Gales, Pollards, Andre Russells physically are strong guys, and their mishits are going over the boundary. So, it's something that they've really worked at and see opportunities, to develop a specialized skill.
They took some time to come out of that shell of being shy and everything, but now we see the entire team bonding and gelling together. How important was that for a tournament or a campaign like that?
I think it's important for anyone. I think the one thing KKR, you would have heard people talking about it being a very good family environment. I've been in other team environments, and definitely the how welcome you made feel in this franchise is really good. And I think it allows people to express themselves. I think when you feel settled in an environment, it's much easier to perform. And if you feel like there's a lot of weight and a lot of expectation, put on you, and you're not comfortable, then to go out and perform is also difficult. So it's something that I think people make a concerted effort, especially with the new guys. And we're very lucky. I think the guys who've been here, like Chris Lynn, Robin Utapa, Kuldeep, they're all very welcoming. They go out of their way to make sure that these guys feel comfortable, feel at home, and feel part of the team. That it's not just about the big names, it's everyone, and they all play their part. And so hopefully you'll see them coming more and more out of their shells. And like we said, we've had some good performances from young Mavi. I think Shubman he's got some class, and I think he's over the 3 years he's here, you'll see him develop, and over the next season or two, he's going to become a special player. They're both unbelievable fielders. They're definitely out of the Virat Kohli book of fielding. So, it's nice to have that youth and that energy and speed on the park as well. And it's something that maybe is a little bit undervalued. I think last year's KKR, I was on the opposition, and certainly fielding wasn't one of their strengths. And I think we're definitely now up there as one of the top fielding sides with some of the youngsters we have there. So, that's also been a welcome, a welcome aspect of KKR's game that these guys have brought. Look, again, it would come to balance, obviously, because both are bowlers. Sunny's obviously an exceptional spinner and probably one of the first picks in most teams. And then we're looking at the batting side of things, So, look, it's probably unlikely, but it is possible that they could play together. I think, they're very different. I think that Mitch is more of an upfront bowler. We've seen, his success in the past has been with the new ball. and even recently in the recently concluded BBL, he had good success up front, whereas Curran's more of a middle and back end bowler. So I think it's just really what the head coach and DK feel is better for the team, given the conditions and maybe the opposition when we look at our matchups and the conditions we're going to be playing in. Thank you, guys.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.